Just before we look at the TA for Bitcoin, don't forget to visit our website, bpoi.uk. Have a look around. Quite a lot of information on the website, and then you've got click here to sign up. So just click on this particular button. That takes you to bpoi.uk join. And then just have a look at the membership plan. So just want to do a month, $40, 6 months, $100, 12 months, $150. And we got some lifetime memberships as well, 49 lifetime memberships left, $200. So well worth the money. And then obviously take a look around the website and look at the different channels. If you want to join our free Telegram channel, just click on this button here. And then as long as you've got a Telegram account, just click on the view in Telegram and that'll take you to our free channel. We do post quite a bit of information in the free channel, and we'll answer any of your questions, whether that be on a setup that you're looking at or something that we've posted. Okay, cheers guys.
Evening guys, 10 o'clock in the evening. Apologies for the delay with this particular Bitcoin update. Been a bit hectic today, but just looking at the charts now, and same old story, TikTok, Bitcoin. So we've had this trend line, to draw this trend line in if you haven't done so already. Bitcoin is just getting rejected time and time again by this same trend line. So we had an initial touch at the top here, touch down the bottom. Okay, so I've just drawn this trend line in here as well. Lower high, lower low, lower high, just about a lower low, lower high, just following this downtrend. And this is a falling wedge downtrend within a falling wedge, which is the major downtrend that we'll show you at the moment. So we just need something from the bulls at the moment. I would be happy with just a break of this trend line right now and just some sideways movement here. We need to make our way across to this major trend line of the falling wedge. So going back to what we were discussing before, I'm just going to go to the daily time frame. Everything is still pretty much the same in this falling wedge, looking for this potential double bottom at around 40,603 before potentially a breakout. Okay, this is a fractal from the previous consolidation. That was this one here, which this began on 15th of April 2021. Okay, so things are looking very similar to that particular time, and we look at the fractal behind, we can see obviously it's following it pretty much bang on. And then we had, on the previous one, we had this double bottom before a break higher. Okay, now the price action is rolling over. Are we likely to see a touch on this trend line? I think so, 40,603. Are we then likely to see another touch of this trend line? Quite possibly, before we actually break out. Okay, but we need to break out with volume, and we need consecutive green candles. Okay, we need to be pushing higher and just showing some strength. At the moment, bears are in complete control of this market, and any move that Bitcoin is making, even with these green candles, you know, we've had these short pumps, resistance, move back down, short pumps, resistance, move back down. Bears are just lined up. I mean, they've been having it away for so long that they're just going to try and keep this going for as long as possible. But the technicals give you an idea of what's going to happen, and potentially we are going to see that double bottom in play, which might give the bulls, you know, are the bulls just waiting for this to play out? Are we going to see a touch of this trend line, a drop down, liquidate a few people, V-shaped recovery, break out of this upper trend line, probably a slight retest, and then a bull cycle, hopefully for a lengthy period of time, because that's where you make the most money trading these markets, if you're not short in the markets, obviously. What we have to bear in mind is that the same scenario is we get a double bottom, break lower, bearish retest of either 40,603, or we retest this upper trend line and get rejected, move lower. Okay, so we're in this falling wedge. We will keep going down until we break this upper trend line. So a rejection of this upper trend line and a strong move down would be bad for trading at the moment. We've got this futures gap Let me bring that up 1 second. So we mentioned this futures gap, okay, and I don't need to redraw this, but 32.95, 34.445, a large futures gap. These orders need to be filled at some stage, okay. Are we going to see a push down to fill these orders before we see that bounce, okay? So that would essentially coincide with a fall down to this lower trend line. If the price action were to get rejected here and then move down, we're looking potentially at 33.051, okay? So if we look at the CME futures gap, let's actually put that on the charts. I'm just going to put this on the chart. So I'm going to copy this trend line, Control C, not this one, and then Control V. That didn't quite work, did it? 34.445. Okay, CME gap. There we go. So we just need to have the bearish scenario in mind. If we get rejected on this trend line, then potentially we're going to see a move down. Okay. Bitcoin dominance. Keep an eye on Bitcoin dominance. Looking for a rejection of Bitcoin dominance at 40.94% or around that area. So I'm looking for the price action to continue to rise up, and then I'm looking for some sort of strong rejection here. If we get that strong rejection like we have over here, this is the 4-hour chart, then we may see altcoins start to move a bit better than they are at the moment. Okay, so Bitcoin dominance moving down, altcoins move up or move better. So we're looking for Bitcoin dominance to move down. Hopefully that moves down, Bitcoin starts to move upwards or sideways. That will be good for altcoin trading. So keep an eye on this level. Ideally, what we don't want to see is a breakout retest and a move higher from Bitcoin dominance. However, certainly expect that to be a scenario that might take place. If we look at, and we're just covering old ground again here, but if we look at, you know, the runs that have happened when Bitcoin dominance has been this low, are we going to see another run again? Bad for altcoins. SPX moving down, lost loads of levels at the moment, so it's fallen out of this rising channel, and these support lines it's losing as well. Okay, so if Bitcoin and the SPX are correlated in some degree, and there's a lot of talk about that at the moment, if the SPX, so this is the S&P 500, if the SPX continues to move down, will we see that move down from Bitcoin? Essentially that would tie in with the double bottom theory, but again, we don't want to lose 40,603 or that area if we can help it. Okay, DXY is moving up at the moment, so just keeping an eye on that for the time being, but showing some strength. DXY showing some strength. Okay, Ethereum, BTC, general look at the altcoin market. This gives you guidance on how the altcoin market is doing overall, and it's just moving down, so not particularly good altcoin trading at the moment. So just keep an eye on things with regards to Bitcoin. I think over the next 24 to 48 hours, we're going to see some sort of move from Bitcoin, whether that be a continuous move down to, you know, double bottom area, or whether that be a strong move up to test this upper trend line. So we just got to keep an eye on things. We look at the indicators on the 4 hours. So 4 hours not looking great. Stock RSI overbought, so we've got to expect to move down from the stock RSI. But if we can get a bullish cross on the MACD, MACD is quite low as well, below zero. So if we can get that bullish cross on the MACD, then we may just continue to trade in this area. If the MACD decides to move downwards and stock RSI move downwards and we've got a bearish RSI, then yeah, fairly sure we're going to see a test of 40,000 double bottom area. Okay, so keep an eye on the indicators. On the daily, however, still moving down, but the MACD is still a little bit bullish. Okay, we've still got a little bit of bull movement, if you like, in the MACD, so keeping an eye on that closely. What we want is the MACD to remain bullish whilst the stock RSI is moving down. Best scenario we can get all of these moving up together. Okay, that would create some interest in the market, should we say, and hopefully some bullish momentum. Weekly is quite interesting. Okay, so if we look at the weekly time frame and just reset the chart quickly, and then delete this particular line here that I've drawn. Okay, so if you're looking at the weekly is gearing up for a move. Trouble is the weekly takes a long time to play out. So if we look here, okay, so this is essentially where we're at the moment. Same with the MACD. Okay, so if we can start to get a move up, we can get a bullish cross on both, and the RSI starting to move up as well. We're in this sort of territory. If we can get all three moving up together, this is what we're likely to see. Okay, so the stock RSI has got to move up at some stage, you would think. Okay, it's moved up here, big run. It's moved up here, big run. It's moved up here. This is sort of part of the same run, big run. Okay, here, big run up. We're about to see potentially some sort of move up, but this could be a week away, could be 2 weeks away, 3 weeks away, could be 8 weeks away. Okay, but the indicators are in strong positions, and we're just waiting for an uptick, turn upwards of these indicators, just to start showing us that on the weekly time frame we potentially will be entering the bullish phase, and then that's where you get these big moves up. Okay, so keep an eye on the weekly as well. Use the 3-day if you have to, just to see what's going on in the lead up to weekly candle closes. But yeah, let's just keep an eye on the weekly time frame along with the other time frames as well. So all in all, it's not looking great for Bitcoin right now. 1 second, I'm just going to tidy up this chart. Right, there we go. That's a bit better. So yeah, not looking too good for Bitcoin at the moment. Let's see what happens over the next 24 hours. It would be nice to maintain this yellow long-term trend line. We can trade above that. Again, we've mentioned that before. If we can trade above that, or even if we dip down but we move above, then that would be great. Okay, we just want to be trading in this area. We need to challenge this upper trend line. And we just need to see, I guess, the acid test for this is, are we going to get rejected or are we going to break out? All right, so that's basically what we're looking at the moment. But certainly look at a potential double bottom and then a breakout, or a double bottom, rejection of this trend line, and a move lower. Okay, they're basically the two scenarios that we're looking at the moment. I think Bitcoin's going to move lower before it breaks out. That's my thoughts at the moment. So sitting in USDT for now, and just watching what's going on. It's very difficult to trade this volatile market at the moment, and the bears are in complete control. So any pump generally is just getting knocked back by the bears. So just make sure you've got these trend lines in. And if you are trading, so if you do see a move down to this lower trend line and you buy some positions, whether that's altcoin or Bitcoin, just look to sell your positions as we get near this upper trend line. If we break this upper trend line and start to move higher, then obviously re-enter positions. But I would look to be trading in this area for now, and expect price action to move lower, not trading advice. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. I'll do another update in the morning. Let's see what happens overnight, and we can take it from there. Cheers, guys.